lots of memorabilia on the walls.
Yeah, my grandfather was a collector, so all of the stuff you see is just stuff he collected or pictures of people that came in. But this is my grandfather. This is how we all kind of think of him. He's this big, burly, kind of bigger than life kind of guy. But we've had, so many amazing people come through our doors down here. You can see in some of these pictures, President George Bush and the Prime Minister of Japan catered Air Force One a couple of times, especially when President Clinton was president and Al Gore was vice president, because they were from around this area. Al Gore being from Tennessee and Clinton being from Arkansas. We've sent ribs to Barack Obama. My dad called and said, hey, you've got to get to the restaurant. I was 18 or something. The Rolling Stones were playing upstairs. Yeah, so people always ask, did Elvis come down here? Because he was, we started in '48, and so he was in Memphis during that time, and my grandfather didn't ever want to shut the restaurant down. He didn't want to come down here with other people here. He just wanted him to shut it down, and my grandfather was like, no, it's Elvis. I'm not going to shut the restaurant down for him. But we would send ribs out to Graceland. The Rendezvous started as a 70-seat tavern, and so it was just kind of this portion of the restaurant. But then it just started expanding, and today, we took another building over here, so there's a huge section that seats another 200 over here. And then we knocked out the upstairs, so there's another section that seats 275, 300. We seat a total of 750, which just sounds unreal. And when it's churning, it is sort of unreal. We can serve 3,000 to 4,000 people on a busy Saturday. Yeah. My grandfather always believed that you invest in the people that you work with, and so he's always paid health care. Everybody gets 3 or 4 weeks paid vacation. We all take a week off in January. We really invest in people and hope that everybody here feels like that we are a big family. So this is Bobby.
I'll meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
All right.
He is our pit master. He's been here 52 years now.
I enjoy cooking, and this is part of the rendezvous that I love. I always like the challenge and how much food I can get in, we can get in and out, and how many people we can serve. Like between a Friday and Saturday, we can serve 4,000 to 5,000 people. When it comes to barbecue, I'm old-fashioned. These are the 2 original doors, and everything is all original that the rendezvous started right here. We cook over charcoal. That would never change. Pure hardwood charcoal. It makes me feel good when I see a customer say, hey, this is the best. That makes me feel good. I know I done did my job. They done enjoyed themselves. Because we have people that have bring their kids. We have some that serve. Well, they brought their kids here. And their kids come back. And that's what we base ourselves on. We don't use a sauce. Most people think, like I said, to me, sauce takes the flavor away from the food. Especially you can overpower. You can put too much on there, and sometimes you cannot put enough on there. And we put enough just like, our seasoning just like salt and pepper. It helps season our ribs better, it tastes better, and everything. And this is what we call it a dry seasoning. We don't say dry rib, we say dry seasoning. No one man can do it by himself. It takes all about teamwork. You have to have a team, and we have a good team.
You're basically cooking the ribs on the bone side down. That's why we leave the membrane on, because it's such a short time cooking.
Yep.
Other than if you was putting it on the smoker, you would clean the rib and take the membrane off, because it's a long cooking process. So you want the meat to slowly cook. But us being chopped raw, we leave the membrane on to block the juice to keep them inside.
And we don't really want the meat falling off the bone.
No, you want to bite the meat and still have it intact on the bone. You want to see your bite impression in the rib. No pit is going to use a different product. Everything is going to be consistent. So this is a boning knife. I just go edge to edge with the bone.
Yeah, the pork is very juicy, it's succulent, but it's, given we have all the vinegar solutions, it's not, you don't get any salt at all. Like, no wonder that you guys are the temple of Memphis ribs,
We
right?
are.
Yep.
You just got to pay attention to the cooking process to maintain the juices, the tenderness, and also still have that crunch in it.
It's a fine balance between
It is.
some crunch,
It's actually
juiciness.
perfect. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.